I am Nikhil Jain, Vedic astrologer from India. Continuing from my previous video regarding the US elections, now we have the official declaration by Democrats that Kamala Harris will be their official candidate for the presidential election 2024. Let's start with the Donald Trump's horoscope. So Donald Trump was born on 14 June 1946, morning time 10:54 a.m. around at New York. Leo rising person with Mars in ascendant, Jupiter retrograde in second house, fourth house which is a house of public or the masses, has Ketu, the south node, and Moon very closely conjunct. 10th house is with Rahu and Sun, that two are very closely conjunct, and 12th house is with Saturn and Venus, that is also very closely conjunct. Mars in the ascendant is making Donald Trump very courageous or bold. So he doesn't think a lot before speaking, and what is going to be outcome, let that time will decide. But for him, it's totally a go-getter approach. Being a Leo ascendant or Leo rising, he is not going to listen to anyone. He will do what he has to do. And Leo is also, we know, a sign of a fixed sign. So it's very difficult for anyone to change or try to mend his actions or behaviors. Trump is undergoing the Jupiter Mahadasha from 2016 onwards, and that will continue till 2032. So the Jupiter Mahadasha overall is good dasha for him, because in Navamansha that is also falling in the sign of Leo. So overall this dasha we will see Donald Trump rising again and again. And as of now, the sub period or the Antardasha is of Jupiter to Ketu. Jupiter Ketu Antardasha is ongoing for him, and that will last till 25th of September 2024. And what we have seen is that in this particular Antardasha and in the transit, so the Ketu or the south node is in trine with or opposite to Jupiter and Mars in the transit, and is in Rahu. The north node is in trine to the natal Ketu, and this is the reason that since Rahu, Ketu and Mars are somewhere connected along with Jupiter in 10th house, so we observe that there was an assassination attempt on him, and luckily he was saved. We see the chart of Kamala Harris, the Democrat candidate for the US presidential elections 2024. She is Gemini rising with a very strong Rahu or the north node in the ascendant, Mars in the second house, Venus in the third house of Leo, and in the fifth house of Libra, which is house of Venus, there is Sun and Mercury situated. So Venus is in sign of Sun and Sun is in sign of Venus, that is an exchange of third and fifth lords, and that's a very good exchange for a political gain, because its fifth house represents your name and fame or some authority, and third house is your courage. So with the courage, Donald Trump Kamala Harris is going to rise, but she has to show the courage and strength. And another exchange of sign is between Moon and Mars. Moon is lord of second house, Mars is lord of 11th house, and they are both exchanging signs of 2 and 11 lords. So in a way 2 and 11th lords are exchanging signs, and that is good. From an economical perspective, that is very good, but not from a political perspective, because these are second house specifically is said to be not a good house for any of the any person, because it's also called as a Marak house. Now, Ketu is in 7th house in a Sagittarius sign, and that is said to be positive. Only some issues in personal life that will be there in Ketu Antardasha or Mahadasha specifically. And Saturn retrograde in 9th house in Aquarius. Then Jupiter in the 12th house retrograde, and that is, I would say, it's not a good position for Jupiter to be in. Though it's retrograde, but still this 12th house Jupiter is in sign of Taurus is not good for her. And now coming on to this, the periods or the Mahadashas. So Kamala Harris had the Rahu Mahadasha started from July 2012 and it will last till July 2030. So Rahu is in very positive sign for her because it's in Gemini sign, and Rahu loves to be in the Mercury signs of Gemini and Virgo. So it's very strong, and the dispositor of Rahu, the Mercury, which is also in the sign 5th house. So name, fame, glory, achievements, and especially the political achievements would be definitely linked in this Rahu Mahadasha. Currently she is going through the sub period of Rahu Venus, and Venus, like I said, is in exchange with Sun, the 5th lord, and the 3rd lord, and Venus is 5th lord. So definitely there is a quite big chances that she will see a rise, and we already have observed that initially it was Joe Biden to be the presidential candidate from Democrat side again, but due to any of these circumstances developed, and at the same time the planetary powers from the horoscope of Kamala Harris is also getting very strong. So we can fight with people, but we cannot fight with planets. So whatever planets has destined for everyone, and that is for everyone to go through. We cannot escape that. So Rahu Venus started from February 2024, and this is the same duration we would see Kamala Harris is getting more strength from a political gains perspective, and this will last till February 2027. So in this whole 3-year period she will see a good gains in her political career specifically, and this in this where the duration in which elections are going to happen is in November 2024. So we also need to compare the annual charts, and in the annual charts of both the candidates, what I observed was that Saturn is in strength more powerful for Kamala Harris, and also the Jupiter is in a more powerful stage for her during the elections time in the 9th house in the annual chart for her. So now in a nutshell, if I want to conclude now, since Donald Trump is undergoing the period of Jupiter Ketu, which will last till September 2024, and after that we will see Donald Trump in the period of Jupiter Venus, and which is good period for him, except some legal issues I observe that will come up, or some health issues will come up for him, which will impact his focus from the election. So legal issues, some previous scandals may pop up again, something related to that, because Venus represents females also, and Saturn is lord of 7th house, also the opposite sex, and the lord of 6th house of disputes. So sitting in 12th house of legal matters also. So some sort of legal matters may develop for Donald Trump after September, but till September he has to take care of his health very seriously, and on both physical and mental side. And then thereafter in the Jupiter Venus, he will definitely going to get some strength, because Venus is also the 10th lord for him, and sitting in the 12th house. So if I compare both these charts in the time frame of the presidential election in 2024 November, I would say definitely Kamala Harris has an upper edge as of now, and she may be getting more strength with time as the Rahu Venus Mahadasha passes on, and particularly in the November time frame she will be undergoing this period of Rahu, Venus and Moon. till January 2025. So moon is in 11th house of gains, and exchanging sign with second house situated Mars. So Kamala Harris has definitely an upper edge against Donald Trump in these presidential elections. The final call, I would say, I would take in October. I would like to let Donald Trump pass his Jupiter Ketu period, and thereafter a final call would be taken in October. I would take in October first week or by 10th of October, that who is going to win this presidential election. But as of now, what I can say is Kamala Harris definitely has an upper edge, being in Rahu Mahadasha. Also Rahu Mahadasha ongoing for United States, and when the dasha for the country and the native is in sync, and especially you are fighting for a top position, then that timing will help specifically more to Kamala Harris from a US chart perspective. So that's all in this video. In the next video, which I will make for United States in October first week, I would give my final conclusion. And please do like, share and subscribe to my channel. And if you would like to have any consultations, my numbers are displayed in